Hi, I'm Sara McMahon, and this is my show. From near to far, going to see it all. From downtown to out of town, from city parks to national forest, from farmland to farm animals. I grew up here, so let's go. They're on their town. Alright, we're here with Captain Gibson and the crew at Firehouse 1 in Hemet. So, Captain Gibson, tell us a little bit about the history of the firehouse. How long has it been around?
Well, the Hemet Fire Department's been around for over 100 years. It's older than the city of Hemet. Yep, and this Station 1 is our original station downtown. It's been here many years. So as you know, this is kind of the center of town and the hub of town. Mm-hmm. So this is one of our original firehouses. It's the only two-story fire station in town. It has some of the original historic things that firehouses have, like the fire poles that people can slide down and things like that.
How many calls do you get a day, Captain Gibson?
Well, Sarah, we were talking about how you guys hear a lot of sirens in town and such, and being the downtown, it's one of our busier stations. So a lot of times we get anywhere from 12 to 18 calls a day. Every day is a little bit different. So, some days we're busier than other days, but that's about an average.
What's your busiest time of year?
Most of the time, like winter time, a lot of times is our busy time with flu season. People have colds.
What about with putting out fires?
Fires usually is the summertime. We get the Santa Ana winds and our windy season, so that's kind of busy for our fires and fire season.
Wow! What kind of thing do you do on call?
Well, as you know, a lot of our calls vary. We run everything from fires to traffic collisions to medical calls. So a bulk of our calls are medical aid type calls where we use our paramedics to treat everything from stings, allergic reactions, heart attacks, things of that nature.
Yeah. So so when you have to dial 911 because there's an emergency that you guys have to go to, how do you let them know a fire truck and not like a police truck that has to come?
That's a good question. Every time the public dials 911, it goes to our dispatch center here in town.
So all three cars come?
Well, the dispatcher takes the call, and then she decides if it's a police call or a fire department call. And so when she finds out it's a medical call, then she tones us out. Mm-hmm. And depending on the part of the city, she picks the station that needs to go and then sends the appropriate piece of equipment.
Oh, I see. So the dispatch office is very important. So what is the dispatch office? Tell us a little bit about that.
They are very important. They're our first line. So they take the 911 call and they have to make very quick decisions and quickly decide what kind of emergency is and the proper equipment to send. And then they quickly dispatch us. So they're our first line of the 911 system.
Because you wouldn't need like a police car for a firefighter.
No, or most medical calls don't need a police officer either.
No. A traffic accident would, or a robbery.
Often, yes. Yeah, many times a traffic collision, the police will respond as well.
Now let's go take a tour of the firehouse, kid.
We work 48 hours, so we're here for 2 days. So basically, this is our home for 2 days, 2 straight days.
Okay.
Right when we walk in, this is our day room. Whenever we get the chance or when we're done with all of our chores and in between calls, we can sit down and relax a little bit, watch some TV, if we ever get the chance.
Yeah.
We got a lot of decorations in here. We have the original hose cart for the fire department. It's well over 100 years old. And we try and decorate it. We like putting our Maltese cross on the wall. It shows our Station 1 pride. And then if you can see up there, our department kind of collected some patches from different departments all around.
Wow, look at all these.
All around the world for the most part. We have a couple from everywhere, Southern California all the way out to Canada.
Is there any from France on here?
I believe there is. You'd have to look for a little while. There's
Tokyo?
I don't know if we have any from Japan. I've tried to find them all, but there's a lot of patches up there. We got a couple more. We had to start over there as well.
Yeah, that used to be a real big tradition, trading t-shirts and patches.
We're making dinner right now. We have a fully functioning kitchen. You can kind of smell if you were here that we're making dinner right now. Keep a lot of. We got our coffee maker, one of the most important things.
Firefighter, where are we off to next?
We'll head down the hall here. Like we said, it's a very physically demanding job, and this is where we try and stay in shape. We have our weight room. We have some cardio equipment over there.
Cool.
Yeah. When we have free time, we like to come in and work out. And like I said, we have to pick up victims or patients.
So they have to be strong enough to lift up grown people.
That's right.
Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Could you lift up a grown-up?
No.
We'll come down the hall a little bit further. This is where we get into our, this is actually Captain Gibson's room. He keeps it nice and clean, but this is where we kind of get to sleep and relax at night.
Yeah.
Every once in a while we'll get woken up to go help somebody, and we come back and try and fall back to sleep.
Yeah. So that's it. That's our tour of the firehouse. So Engineer Patterson, tell us about the brush truck.
Well, this is Hemet City's brush engine 1. We carry a lot of equipment on this. We can do a lot of the same things that we can on our city engine, except this one can go off-road. This is a 4-wheel drive. We can go down logging roads, we can go down dirt roads, we can pretty much go down any kind of road that there is. We're able to do some rescue stuff. We are able to do some structural firefighting and some medical stuff. We do have some ladders on it. It does carry 500 gallons of water, but primarily it's designed to fight wildland fires.
All right. Did you have to help with the Living 3 wildfire? Did you have to put that out?
We've been actually on quite a few wildland fires. We've all over the state of California, from the Oregon border down to Mexico. We've been involved with.
You've been in Mexico?
Just right about the edge of it, down in the far end of San Diego County.
Thank you, Engineer Patterson. Let's go grab the fire hose.
All right.
So Firefighter Keys, what does this fire hose do?
All right, so what we have here is we have 50 foot of our 1.5-inch hose connected to our 1.5-inch combination nozzle. And what it does is it delivers the water from our fire engine so we can put it onto the fire. This is what we call a bail. It's kind of our on and off switch. This is off. Pull it back and that's on. We can also control the pattern of the water. We can either do a straight stream and it's going to be straight, or we can turn it to the left and it's going to be a nice little fog for us, and it'll give us kind of two methods of fighting fire that we can utilize.
Yeah! On and off switch is called the bail.
Your water. All right, Sarah.
Oh, it feels nice and cold.
Yeah, do you want to hold it?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Okay. Then hold your left arm right here.
Remind me of Legoland.
You can turn this, and it gets a little wider. We can make it skinnier. Is that cool? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it is cool. Sorry, Jesse. How do you adjust the nozzle?
You just twist it right or left, and it changes. Yeah, look at that. And if you go left, it gets nice and wide.
What type of fire would you use for different hoses?
So we're going to use our different fire streams on structure fires. We're going to use a nice straight stream when we're going interior and fighting inside the house. We're going to get a nice fog stream when we're going defensive or we're trying to do structure protection. Get a nice real big fog and kind of shield off the adjacent buildings to the fire.
Thank you, Keith. Fire Keith. That felt good.
Here, you silly head.
You want a towel?
Yeah.
How was that?
Scary. I'm going on the slide. We're gonna do this ride next. Scary. Scary and a little. Do the giant slide now. It was scary. We're getting on Super Trooper. We're at the carnival today having fun. This is my 19th Sara Cam. We just got lunch. That one made by itself. I'm a little bit nervous, but that's okay. I'm gonna climb in the trap.
Nice and easy. And then there's another handle up top you can grab.
So what are these headphones?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put the battery on and I'll show you how to put them on. How's that? So, hold it. There you go, just like that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And the engine's really loud, just driving down the road. And this way we can talk to each other.
Yeah.
And right next to you, my fire captain, he looks on this computer and it'll tell us where to go. They'll tell us what the street is and all the maps.
I'm just gonna show this to the camera. That's
Sure, that's fine. This is the radio, and right there is a microphone. And so the captain can talk on the radio to the dispatch center, and he can also talk to other fire engines and also our bosses. I've got my sirens. I have 2 different sirens, and I also have my air horn to warn people, and then I have all these light switches up here that I use to warn people that we're coming down the road.
Yeah.
And then I have all these gauges that tell me what's going on with the engine.
I'm curious to know what these are, though.
These are our handheld radios. So remember I told you that's a radio and there's a microphone right there? Mm-hmm. When we get off the fire engine, we still have to communicate, right? So we take these with us, and then we can still talk to our dispatch center, and we can still talk to other fire engines and other fire crews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're here with Donnie, Josh, and Jordan. So, Donnie, Josh, and Jordan, what does it take to be a firefighter?
Takes a lot of really hard work, takes a lot of schooling, and it takes a dedication to want to be part of a community and be part of helping people on their very worst days. So it takes, takes a lot of training as well.
That's awesome. And we're also going to learn about some of the fire equipment. Can you show us some of the fire equipment?
Sure, we have different types of equipment. We have our boots, and then we have our pants that are typically wrapped around our boots to make it easier for us to get into them. And then we have suspenders that keep them up also. Mm-hmm. This here is a hood that we put over our heads so that it helps protect from heat and flames. And then this is our jacket, which helps also protect from heat and flame also. And our helmets that protect from falling debris and wicking away water, and then also from heat also.
Cool.
These protect us against a good deal amount of heat. We can last in temperatures up to 800 degrees for about 5 minutes, and these will spontaneously combust at about 1300 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow. We're going to try on the boot. So what do the boots help protect from?
The boots help us protect from anything burning underneath our feet. They protect us with a steel toe, so anything that falls on our foot. And then we also, there's called a steel shank on the bottom, which protects us from any punctures coming up from the ground underneath us. And then it also is a heat protective with the leather boots, so it helps us our feet stay cool. You can grab a hold of these right here. You can pull them all the way up around your waist. If you want to tuck your skirt in, you can. There you go. You gotta pull them up. Okay, and then there's slip your arms through. Perfect. Okay, and then you also have this Velcro right here that you gotta. Perfect.
This is heavy stuff to protect us from the heat, to protect firefighters from the heat. How much do they weigh?
This weighs 23.7 pounds.
Wow.
Pretty heavy, plus all of our gear. We got a flashlight on there, and we also have a mask that goes in this front pocket and our gloves that are connected to it, so that just adds a little bit more weight to it.
Wow.
Perfect.
Except for the training, I'm ready to fight a fire. It feels heavy and it hurts a little bit. I know that in like all these cartoons and everything, the myth that firefighters save cats when they're stuck in a tree. Do you really do that?
We can.
Oh, that's cool. Have you ever saved a cat when it was stuck from a tree?
I have not saved a cat from the tree,
Oh.
but hopefully one day.
Oh, cool.
This next piece of equipment is it's called a SCBA, which stands for our self-contained breathing apparatus, and it allows us to breathe fresh air while we're inside atmospheres or inside the air that's dangerous to our health. So,
Yeah.
So during a fire, we'll put this on our back, and we'll connect our regulator right here to a mask, so we don't breathe in the smoke and the fire and the toxic fumes. Do you want to try putting it on? All right. It's probably, yeah, it is quite heavy. Okay, so I'm still holding on to it. You let me know when you want me to let go.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Whoa!
Yeah, lean forward a little bit, and we'll keep that on your back. Okay. How's that feel?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Do you want to go run inside a burning building with it now?
No.
All right.
Rescuing a cat from a tree.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So what's the tape measure? What's this?
This is a flashlight. This
Is that when it's night?
Yeah, it's when it's at nighttime or when we're inside a building. A lot of the times there's so much smoke in the air that we need to have a flashlight on in order for us to be able to see even just a little bit. Yep. And then we also have our gloves here. We put our gloves on to protect our hands.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be fully encapsulated, no skin showing.
Yep.
No. What are the stripes for?
The stripes are to help us stay visible at night when we're on the side of a road, and also it reflects light. So if you shine a light at them, it will reflect light so you know that someone's there. So,
Okay. Thank you for showing me all the firefighting equipment. Thank you. Hi, I'm Sara McMahon, and I'm going to show you some fire safety tips in this episode. Every house should have a fire escape plan, and you should practice twice a year. Every house, every bedroom should have a smoke alarm, and you should test it once a month and change the batteries if needed. CO2 detectors are also a good idea. Fire extinguishers are a good thing to have to handle a small fire, and you should remember the pass system. Oh no, a fire! I shouldn't have baked the cookie too long. P, pull the pin. A, aim low. S, squeeze gently. S, sweep back and forth. Remember, the most important thing is to have a safe escape from a fire. Thank you. For more safety tips, visit the National Fire Protection Association website. I'm here with Engineer Patterson. So, Engineer Patterson, tell us about all the equipment on the truck.
Well, actually, this is a fire engine. A lot of people refer to them in generalized terms as a truck. And there's a big difference. A fire engine carries a lot of hose and a lot of water. That's its primary function, is to actually put fires out. We have a ladder truck that has a gigantic ladder up on the top, and that carries almost all ladders. And it has a lot of equipment for cutting apart cars and rescuing people. So there's a big difference when you say fire truck or fire engine.
Wow.
Today we're looking at a fire engine, a Type 1 fire engine. This is our primary response vehicle out of Fire Station 1.
Wow, I didn't know that. Tell me about some of the equipment.
Well, the biggest thing that makes this as a fire engine is all of the hose that we carry. We have different kinds of hose, and I'll walk you around. So first of all, we carry 500 gallons of water. That's just to get us started. And then this right here is what we hook up to the fire hydrant. You know what the fire hydrants look like?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, dogs use them, right? Well, we use them too. So that's how we get more water. So the first 500 gallons gets us started, then we'll hook up to the fire hydrant, and then the firefighter can grab any one of these hoses and fight fire, whether it's a vehicle fire or a house fire, or it could be any particular wildland fire. And then as we walk around the back, we have some more hoses. This right here is a larger hand line. We use this for some of the bigger fires. This is our supply line. Let's just say we had a fire at the building across the street, but our hydrant was here. So we would hook up, and then we would lay our fire line all the way to the fire, and then we would start fighting fire over there. So
cool.
We can also pump this. Our big ladder truck has a nozzle on it, and we can actually use this hose and pump, and we can supply like 1,000 gallons a minute of water to the top of the air.
Yeah.
That's a lot of water, huh?
So get it, kids? A fire truck carries a lot of rescue equipment and ladders, and a fire engine carries a lot of water and hose. So what does the control equipment do, Engineer Patterson?
All of these levers control the water that goes to one of those hoses, okay?
All right.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
And then all of these gauges tell us what the pressure is. So as an engineer, you have to know how much pressure you're giving the firefighters.
All right.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
This is just for equipment. So I have to climb up here sometimes. You can see there are cones up there, and we have a broom and shovels, and you know what kitty litter is, right? Because you have cats. Well, we use something kind of like kitty litter to clean up oil and coolant when people have car accidents.
They have even more equipment on top. So what are these?
Well, these are more attachments for the fire hose. Just depends on what kind of fire we're fighting. For a very large residential fire or commercial fire, we have these really big nozzles, and we use that so we can flow more water. We just have tools in here. We carry extra bottles. We have some rescue rope, and then we have, these are squeegees. So when we fight fire, we put water on it, right?
Yeah.
Well, afterwards, then we have to get the water out. So we have these squeegees, and then our truck that I mentioned earlier has a great big vacuum that can suck the water out.
So kids, they have to put the fire out and they have to clean up.
Smoke and heat rise, right?
Yeah.
So we have to cut a hole in the roof to get the heat out so the firefighters can be safe inside. So we have a chainsaw for cutting holes in the roof, and then we have a fan so we can blow fresh air into the house. And then we have some lighting equipment here because a lot of times the power is out. Well, we went to a vehicle accident, and sometimes we have to use the jaws of life.
Okay, is that what it was for?
That's what we got called for. It was for a vehicle accident, Two vehicles collided.
Were they drinking and driving?
No, it was just somebody accidentally hit somebody in the back. And so fortunately we didn't have to use this, but many times we do. And so we have different pieces. We can cut cars, or we can spread cars and clamp cars. So this is our extrication compartment. Do you remember when we were talking about paramedics? Well, this is kind of a combination compartment. This is forcible entry and also our medical compartment.
Do you ever save people's pets from the fire too?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, we do have some special equipment, and sometimes if we are fortunate enough to rescue a dog or a cat or something like that, we can help them out and give them some oxygen and try to get them to a vet. You ever seen anything like these before?
Yes, I have, but not that big.
Right. The ones you usually see are a little smaller. They're fire extinguishers. They have different types of chemicals, and something like this is just water, and we actually put some soap in there. Because when you spray it, the soap actually acts like a fire. It puts the fire out better. Cool, huh?
Yeah! So this is a CO2 extinguisher, and this is a water extinguisher, kids. That was our 19th episode of Sara Cam. See you next month with our 20th episode. Thank you, Captain Gibson and the crew, and Engineer Patterson. Bye! I did a great job, didn't you?
You did a great job.
Are you ready?
Hold on. Donnie's got to get his fly.
That would have been glorious.
We would have used that too. So.
Yeah, good.
I'm actually running right now, so. See you.
So we're gonna use
Yeah, we got that.